Real Jamaican style. Say me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They on the ends of all I made it on the can.
Box cover, you hear that tune, huh? 16 bars I deliver this here. Yo, that lady have fun.
Have a bag of money, but the little when me have, me give thanks and me spend. Now go lose me sanity. Over and over.
1658, Denmark fought them and took over. 1660, Holland fought Denmark. And 1664, England also fought Holland in that order. And some of you ask, why did this place change hands like that? The Europeans knew so well that whoever occupies this land controls the gold and the slave trade.
Beloved, I hope you're well. I bring you greetings, love, peace, and joy. You know, I'd like to share with you an experience I had when I went to Ghana. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people, and I would go there again and again. But I had an experience that will take the taste out of your mouth, for want of a better word. I went inside Elmina Castle, the dungeon, the slave hole where they had our ancestors. I touched the walls where they were. I walked on the remaining of remnants of the excrements from their body, the skin cells, the tears, the blood, the sweat that were hardened there for years. They left little pieces of it as a symbol and as a reminder. If you want to see the rest of this video, I'd like for you to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell, so as soon as I post it, you will get the notification. But right now this is an excerpt, and of course be reminded that because we were in the dungeon, it was so dark in there. I didn't bring all my cameras and everything, but some of it is not so clear. But I hope that you can watch with me as we experience this together. Shalom, family.
This castle was mainly built for the slave trade, not the gold trade. And it's really simple. You could make so much money from the slave business around the 16, 17, 1800s than the gold business. You know, this was the era the Europeans demanded sugar, tobacco, alcoholic drinks and all that. And unfortunately, Europe could not produce the raw materials needed. So another region was explored for its cultivation. So now North America, South America, the Caribbean and the West Indies was explored. So many acres of land were grown, sugar cane, cotton, tobacco and all that. So the next thing was human labor. Unfortunately, this part of the world was chosen. The whole concept was the African was much stronger, robust. Africans were good farmers. So unfortunately, Africans were enslaved and later shipped from here to those regions to work. So Cape Coast Castle was mainly built for that. And I also see that, you know, we live in a capitalist world now. And I can also say for a fact that capitalism had its roots from the slave trade. Yes, because now enterprises, businesses, institutions got themselves directly involved in this business and they made a fortune out of it. Some of these enterprises or some of these institutions exist today as I speak to you. We have some of them in Ghana, you know, like in the form of banks and all that. So let me mention some of you, like Barclays Bank, Bank of America, Bank of England, JP Morgan Chase. We can talk about Wall Street. You know, we now know Wall Street as a place for stocks and bonds, shares and all that. But before that, Wall Street was an auction for slaves. It's just like a market. You go there and you can buy snake pins. See how human beings were kept for over 400 years before they were transported to those regions. Alright, any questions or comments before we move on?
In the best school.
It's okay. So normally what we do is for the dungeons, we don't like touching the dungeons.
Okay.
If we should touch the dungeons, it's like we are erasing the history. So we try as much as possible to keep it intact. So that people know the relatives around. What
Everything
happened.
inside is natural.
Okay.
As it
So we leave it
was.
like that. Yeah.
I was supposed I was lost.
Oh no, it's not that. It's not. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, sorry, the male dungeons. And talking about the male dungeons, the rooms here are 5. This is room number 1. We have 4 extra rooms behind you. And the explanation was a room accommodated about 200 people. Like this, yes. About 200 people were fitted here. And since the rooms are 5, when you multiply 200 by 1,000. So from room number 1 to the 5th room, a total of about 1,000 men were fitted in this dungeon. And they lived here for about 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. So the whole thing would depend on how early or how late the ships will come. And we know, as we all know, some years back, the journey depended on the current and the direction of the wind, because there was nothing like engines. So they had to stay here and wait. So whilst they were waiting for the ships to come, they did most of the things in the dungeon. So it's like, for that 200 people here, wherever you find yourself, at that point you had to go to toilet, you had to urinate, you had to sleep. So as a matter of fact, human beings slept on their own feces and urine for more than 100 years. There are gutters on the floor. Then you also ask this question. These gutters were actually provided for some of the toilet and urine to go out. But these gutters were too tiny. So how many times could feces and urine run out? Even for 200 men. So the thing is, the gutters got choked up. So about this level, at about this height, this room was filled up with all the things here. 1974, we excavated or we dug up this place. So all the feces and urine was removed. So after removing everything, we found the original floor and the gutters. So if you had been here earlier than that, you might have seen to whatever I'm talking about. And the holes you see out there were the only way light and air could come into the dungeons. There's another one behind you. At times, food and water was also dropped from there to the lower floors. This was one room they reserved for those they thought to be aggressive or very hard. Some of them died in the dungeons, and here when you die, we'll just take the body and dump the body. And I heard some of you were asking questions about these. These are sculpted heads. Sculpted heads. And actually, these sculpted heads are here as a memory to our ancestors who were victims of such brutalities.